Very excited to be here with you today. I love to talk about building things that scale. Why is scale so important today? Because we have ginormous challenges around the world that require solutions that can scale. We have to think globally. There are a lot of challenges that we're working on right now that have global implications. I want to talk about 3 challenges that we can resonate with. Every single day, we cut down 80,000 acres of forestry around the world. If the whole city of Auckland was covered by a rainforest, that'll be gone in 17 days. If you go at that pace, the whole forestry scape around the world would be gone in our lifetimes. We're expected that over the next 40 years, we grow as much food as we did over the last 4,000 years to feed the world. That is doing what 200 generations before us did just in our own. 873 million people around the world do not have access to fresh water. 70% of all the water we use is for agriculture, and 40% of all the water we waste is also on agriculture. Now, all of us can relate to some of this at different levels. And I've seen every corner of the world faces them. We have a lot to do in a short period of time, and we're in it together. You see the 2 maps. One of them is great at showing us how different we are, how further apart from each other we are. But at the end of the day, we're just one planet. That's what you see from far away. You don't see the little lines that are calling us New Zealanders, Australians, Africans. And so we got to think globally across all the different things we're doing. So how do we build things that scale? I'd like to share with you some things I learned from my own mistakes, so hopefully we don't repeat them. The first lesson is have the courage to join teams, not just create them. And this is very relevant for us today because we have gathered here and have brought so much energy and excitement for change and for progress and for amazing new ideas. And what's easy to do is to go out and either start our own things or do very little. Let's have courage to join teams and actually work collectively. So I did my undergraduate at Harvard, and one of the crazy things is for 6,000 students, we had 450 student organizations. And that was absurd. I mean, you ask people why, and they say, well, everybody wants to be president. And I was one of them. It's not bad to be wanting to be a president or to want to lead, but let's divorce ourselves from the idea of wanting to do our own thing and focus on what needs to get done. Second lesson, don't just cook food, create recipes. Things we're doing, activities that we have, projects we're starting, let's create infrastructures so that those activities can be done by yourself, your team members, and other people. That is how we can scale. The emails you write, the presentations you make, the pitches, the campaigns, create templates, processes, and systems, and open source them. Make them available to the entire organization, to other organizations, so that we don't have to reinvent the wheel all the time. Third lesson, avoid being the bottleneck and the centerpiece in your projects. Now, it is very easy to want to be at the center, to want the attention, to feel needed. It feels good. But that is how we become bottlenecks. That is how we hold everything back and have it only move at the pace that we can move. One litmus test for that is, if you do not show up tomorrow, will things continue to happen? If it's a yes, you're doing a great job. If it's an absolute no, then we've got to do something about it. So when we think about global problems and challenges, let's be honest, it is so easy to feel overwhelmed, to even be disempowered. Where do we begin? We're just a dot at the edge of the planet. But the time we're in today is where small is the new big. Being small, being fast, being kind, being generous, being peaceful, being fair is a huge advantage. We have an opportunity to lead by example, to develop working models. That is what the world is seeking right now, working models. So your vision for the world, let's realize it right here, in your schools, in your communities, at your universities, in your towns, cities. And let's do it in a way where we can serve as an example for others. That is how we can scale a lot of our activities. And that is what brought me to New Zealand. And many other exciting people from around the world wanting to come here because they see an opportunity for New Zealand to lead by example, to show the world how we can do things, that it is possible. What I'm working on is KiwiConnect. It's building a bridge between New Zealand and other parts of the world so that changemakers, visionaries, can realize their visions in New Zealand and develop working models that can make a positive impact around the world. The future is now. It's not tomorrow, it is now, right here with you. Thank you.